Broke the selfie stick this morning. Selfie stick is gone. I gotta get it.
No more selfie stick.
So no more selfie stick. I didn't even. I used it a couple times, but I want to film it sideways so it's a better picture.
Yeah,
I've seen
more panoramic.
Yeah, it looks better. So Jake, Ryan, from Total Nutrition right here, getting his weightlifting in. Oh, you know what? I want to talk about this. Making the transition from bodybuilding to weightlifting. How did that go about it? And also touch upon who'd you work out with?
So for the most part, the main reason why, and I did a live chat about it a couple days ago on my personal Instagram. The main reason that I've kind of been switching to CrossFit type training or Olympic weightlifting type training most of my time is bodybuilding is a very difficult sport. Now it's not to say that Olympic weightlifting isn't difficult and CrossFit isn't difficult, but what it's going to say is there's a lot more support systems in Olympic weightlifting and in CrossFit from my personal experience. And again, I haven't been in the industry forever, but in the 5 to 6 years that I've been doing it, that's kind of what I've noticed, that bodybuilding is very lonely. And when I say difficult, that's what I mean. It's difficult because it's very lonely. Whereas Olympic weightlifting, cross training, honestly, in most other sports are just they're very family oriented, they're very friendly oriented, and a lot of people are friendly. One of the things that we were talking about was nutrition, how your nutrition applies to aesthetic training versus strength training. Me being someone who's very well versed in the nutrition field would know kind of how that works. And we were just talking about, protein sources, the lean type of protein source that's really going to work for your body, making sure your body is performing at its optimal performance. So coming from a bodybuilding background, and we're training for aesthetics, about when you take your shirt off, how good you look, how muscly are you, how dense are your muscle bellies, how grainy are you. Protein sources, we were talking, fish is a great protein source for bodybuilders because one, it's very low in calories, has no carbs, it's high in essential fatty acids, and that's how you're going to put on that grainy aesthetic type look. But I noticed personally, again, from bodybuilding, that fish is a terrible protein source or even food source, nutrient source for strength training. Your strength goes completely out the window. Now you look good, but it just depends on you look shredded. But it just depends on what your goal is at the time. And then I noticed, going into strength training, I tried to incorporate a little bit of my bodybuilding diet into it, and I noticed that it just didn't work that way.
So what did you have to change?
My protein source and my carb source usually. Okay. I feel like for a lot of people who are doing any type of strength training, whether it's Olympic weightlifting, whether it's CrossFit, whether it's football player, a baseball player, any person that's pretty much outside the box other than bodybuilding / physique, your body can't really run on that, because what are most bodybuilders are hanging around 7 to 8% body fat, and you can't lift heavy weight, you can't perform very well athletically at that low body fat percentage, you just can't. So the best source of protein that you would want to be using for nutrient wise would be a lean chicken, even a lean ground steak, a lean ground turkey. I personally switch my meals to those around my training time on purpose, because when you're getting those slow digesting carbohydrates and you're getting a denser type of protein, it's allowing your body to...
What carbohydrates?
I usually use quinoa, brown rice, basmati rice, even red potato. Red potato is a great one. A lot of people don't know about red potato because people are scared of potatoes, or you just think sweet potato.
Yeah.
But red potato is a great source of slow digesting carbohydrates that's actually healthy.
Those are pretty good.
They're great. Oh man, if you ever had a red potato seasoned, it's amazing. But yeah, red potatoes are great. Just making sure that you're getting a dense type of carbohydrate and a dense type of protein around your strength training. Because if you're someone that's eating fish, or you're eating just ground turkey kind of throughout your day, and you're a strength train, you're doing some type of strength training, it's not optimal. I'm personally noticing so much more improvements throughout changing my diet from switching from bodybuilding to Olympic weightlifting and CrossFit, that it's just my energy levels are up, my strength numbers are up, I feel like my technique's getting better, like just everything's getting better because you have more energy and you have more.
So if you're in a building phase of bodybuilding, say if you're not in season, bodybuilders, they still want to stay lean, and you're still probably adding more carbs for energy. So what would like an off season I want to say because like when I say off season, I worked at this old school bodybuilding gym, and I was like, dude, I go, you're not a bodybuilder until you step on stage.
Yeah.
I go, you're always in bulking phase.
You're always in bulking.
Dude, you're always trying to put on size. Okay, so I'm like, dude, you need to do a show. Because I was like at a bodybuilding, so that's what we did. I'll go, dude, you need to do a show like every day. So it's like in here, it's like you need to do a competition.
Yeah.
You need to train for something or whatever. So now. The carbs and the energy level. So would you train a little bit, or would you have your diet be geared up towards more performance, like getting stronger, building more muscle size?
Yeah.
For the off season bodybuilder.
Yeah. So
and the Olympic weightlifter, that kind of stage kind of similar.
So absolutely. So I do believe that's where they do come in very, very similar. Is obviously, you know, two different sports, but nutrition could be one and the same when you're doing it that way. I feel like adding in. You know, you don't want to go when you're in your bodybuilding off season or Olympic weightlifting off season. You want to go with still a heavier dense protein and a heavier dense carbohydrate, because that's going to help you perform better. It's going to help you, you know, get stronger in both fields. It's going to help you put on more muscle. And then even if you're someone who, you know, who for Olympic weightlifting has to cut, because some people have to cut down a weight class. Some people have to, you know, obviously if you're stepping on stage, you have to cut, you know, anywhere from 15 to 20 pounds of body fat.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that, you know, is going to be one and the same, is when you're training for strength, whether it be bodybuilding, Olympic weightlifting, making sure you're getting in the right nutrients around your training time, and not just around your training time, throughout your whole day, because your body's going to want to digest this food for your performance. So, you know, chicken is a great source of protein for, you know, off-season bodybuilders. It's a great source of protein for on or off-season Olympic weightlifters, with CrossFit as well. Ground turkey is another great source. Flank steak, and like I said, ground steak. Ground beef is good. Wouldn't do ground beef every day, but it's, you know, if that's kind of all you have access to, then it's better than a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But you know, just making sure you're getting your proper nutrients, and then if you're someone who decides that you want to take supplements as well, making sure you're getting your supplement timing in correctly around your training time as well, because, you know, bodybuilders are huge on supplements. I know, you know, every single bodybuilder that I know is on anywhere from, you know, 5 to 10 supplements a day. Whereas Olympic weightlifters, they're a little bit more, because they have to pass, you know, certain tests, they're a little bit more hesitant on their supplement usage. But, you know, depending on whatever it is you want to do, make sure that nutrition is first, and you're getting your proper nutrition in, and you're getting something in that's going to be optimal for your performance. And if that was ever something that you guys had a question about, you could talk to Camilo, you could talk to myself. Because that's kind of, you know...
Let them know where to get a hold of you.
Yeah, you guys can get a hold of me at Total Nutrition Sacramento, any of our 4 locations locally. If you go to my Instagram, it's Jake _Ryan9. You guys could direct message me. You can... I mean, I think I even have my email on there too. I check my emails and my direct messages daily. So if anyone had any questions about, you know, nutrition, supplementation, again, I'm still new to the whole lifting, so don't ask my opinion on lifting.
So
but
one quick point, and this is awesome. I think, but you stuck with bodybuilding for 5 years.
Yeah,
that's awesome, because when people dabble in weightlifting or CrossFit, they'll do it for maybe 6 months, 2 year, maybe 2 years at the most, and then they don't stick in with it long enough to actually see
the improvements.
I think they see improvements, but they don't do it to really get to the level that they could be, or they don't get to the level to where they see a huge difference from within 5 years if they really bear down on it. So what's the difference like that from bodybuilders who want to do it? They don't spend enough time in the sport to actually get the most out of their body, to let the nutrition take hold, and like, hey, eat this way for 2 years and lift, and then your body will be so much different.
So that's the one thing that I come across the most when it comes to whether it be, you know, bodybuilding, nutrition people, anything. The one thing is consistency, guys. Nothing's done overnight unless you're an absolute, you know, genetically gifted freak.
And there's some people out there, man.
There's some people out there that can get good at. I mean, I think I was watching the games from last year, and there was someone who had been doing CrossFit for 5 months, and they made the games
in their garage.
So I mean, you guys, there are those genetic 1%ers out there that are just amazing. It's anything they pick up. They pick up a barbell, they're good with it. They pick up, you know, a football, they're good with it. A basketball, they're good with it. So, but let's focus on the rest of us. The rest of us are going to have to get there through hard work and consistency. It like we were talking about. It took me 5 years of bodybuilding to step on stage one time. Yeah. I stepped on stage 3 times last year, but up to my first time, it took me 5 years of consistent dieting, consistent training, just to get the confidence and, you know, the okay from my coach, like, okay, it's time to step on stage. So work towards a goal, because if your goal isn't to compete or your goal isn't to do something, that's fine. But, you know, don't give up and don't expect these results, you know, overnight. I mean, constantly try to improve yourself every day. That's what I tell myself now that I'm making the switch from, you know, bodybuilding to CrossFit and Olympic weightlifting, is as long as I'm getting better every day, I'm okay with that. As long as my technique improves just this much, or my lift gets that much better, or, you know, I'm just anything that I'm doing better every day is going to be a success for me. Make sure that you guys are working towards a goal and staying consistent, because you guys, this stuff doesn't happen overnight unless you're that one genetic 1%er that is just a freaking stud. So work hard and stay consistent, because, you know, it takes time. And somebody from like myself, like I said, it took 5 years. And so it takes time. If it's something that you want to do as a competitor, if you want to compete in CrossFit or you want to compete in Olympic weightlifting, listen to, you know, your mentors, listen to the people around you, take advice. Obviously you're your own person. I want you to have, you know, your own opinion, but listen to, you know, the more knowledgeable people around you, because they're going to try to steer you in the right direction most of the time. So just listen and stay consistent, and that's one of my big things is, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. I'm not expecting to step on a platform to compete in Olympic weightlifting anytime soon. So I just, like I said, try to get consistently better every day, because it'll come if you just work hard. You stay true to your nutrition, you stay true to your exercise, hold yourself accountable, and understand that these people that are telling you that it can't happen overnight, it's not. It's a process. Yeah, it's a process.
Put in your work. I just did a video this morning or earlier talking about the importance of having a coach. Mm-hmm. Like, I go, well, we just talked about I go, look at, I got this great idea.
Yeah.
I go, the best of the best have a freaking coach. I go, the best of the best, the best golfers, the best baseball players, the best bodybuilders, the best CrossFitters, they, like, the best business people have a coach. I'm like, oh. Everyone. So if you want to get the best results, just go to someone who's done it and are in that continuous process. So for me, like goal setting, I'm in that continual process. As long as I'm learning and growing and continually setting goals, I can help other people. I can understand that process better and help people get to their results a lot faster. Mm-hmm. So Jake, anything else on nutrition and making the transition from Olympic weightlifting to bodybuilding?
I would just, you know, to send it off, guys, I would say that making sure, whether it is you want to be an athlete, you just want to get fit, you want to get healthy, whatever it is you're doing it for, remember that, because the nutrition is going to be the main thing that we're focusing on.
Yeah, nutrition.
You know, guys, I'm not going to tell you that if you're going to get your butt in here or get your butt to any gym, 45 minutes of working out is great, but if you blow that by eating like crap all day, it's to no avail. Yeah. So make sure you're going to hold yourself accountable and tell yourself, if I'm going to go work out every day and I have this goal that I want to do, like I said, whether it's to be an athlete or whether it's to just be fit and healthy and live happy, live healthy, get your nutrition on. Get your nutrition dialed in, because that's going to be the number one thing. And like I said, guys, over at, you know, Total Nutrition, if you guys wanted to talk to me, that's what we do. We don't charge for anybody's meal plans. You guys come in and we'll get you set up with a meal plan that week that can work for you. Again, it's going to be no cookie cutter stuff. I'll sit down with you and we'll get your meal plans dialed in. But it's something, again, that you got to hold yourself accountable, because once you leave, I can't. There's upwards to 70 people that I have written meal plans for in the Sacramento area.
Awesome, dude.
70 to 80 people that I've written meal plans for that I'm checking in with weekly. So I can't, you know, I have a lot of people, so I can't necessarily hold your hand through it. You guys it's gonna be something.
But
you guys
can start the process.
Absolutely,
you can step by step. Everything is a step by step process.
Absolutely.
Like weightlifting, baseball, getting stronger, and same thing with eating. It's a process. Follow the instructions. Just do what we ask, do what Jake asks, and you'll see awesome results.
And you will see awesome results. And that's one thing, is that we'll always check in. I'm always going to be here. I'm just saying that I can't be there for you every single day.
He's not going to meal prep for you,
exactly.
Dude.
That's
you gotta go buy your own chicken breast.
I'll give you the layout, and I'll be there for you every single day you need me. But I can't force feed you the food. So that's something awesome you got to do.
All right, there you go, guys. Right there, Jake Ryan, and we'll give you some more tips as we're going to start doing a little vlog on his weightlifting progression and talking about bodybuilding and weightlifting. Everyone wants to look good, feel good, and perform good. So nutrition is one way to keep making progress, hands down. Whether either you're inside the gym or outside the gym, you're still going to maintain great energy levels. You're going to recover faster between workouts, And I mean, you're going to be able to see what your body can actually do when it's running correctly. All right, so is that it?
That's it, guys.
All right, man. You guys have a great morning.
Have a great weekend.